Now a Target 12 Investigators exclusive, the 100K Club. We've uncovered more and more state workers are making $100,000 a year or more. Despite a punishing economy and massive budget deficits, taxpayers are ponying up. Our investigation reveals that while more state workers are making $100,000 or more, you can't say the same for other payrolls like the city of Providence. Target 12 investigator Tim White has been tracking public payrolls for years and brings you his latest findings from the Providence Mobile Newsroom.
In his last budget proposal, Governor Don Carcieri said while the state trimmed its employment ranks, cities and towns weren't doing enough. But our analysis shows the state cuts came from the bottom of the payroll, while the state's top earners grew.
Just over 17,000 people were cut a check by the state in fiscal 2010, some as low as $3. Others, like URI basketball coach Jim Barron, took in more than $380,000. He's the highest paid state employee. Our Target 12 analysis of state payroll figures shows in 2010, 1,145 state workers made $100,000 or more. That's up from 977 workers in 2008. We were surprised to find that's a 17% increase in this economy. By comparison, those making $100,000 or more in Providence fell. In 2008, 273 people were in the 100K Club. In 2010, that dropped to 193 people, a 29% decrease.
Even though their increase in the percentage of the individuals that are making over $100,000 has increased since 2008, the actual number of state employees has declined by a significant amount.
Target 12 requested an interview with Governor Don Carcieri to explain the spike. Instead, the administration offered Director of Communications Amy Kemp.
If you take a closer look at the list, a significant number of those individuals who are making over $100,000 are professors and researchers and faculty and staff at our higher institutions.
Kemp says URI staff did not take part in the furlough days last year, and they need to attract top quality staff, which costs money. Overall, gross pay for state workers shrunk more than $40 million in the 2 years we analyzed, but the taxpayers' tab for the high earners grew. Take a look. The 100K Club payroll rose from $119.5 million in 2008 to $141.5 million in 2010, an 18% jump. While URI represents the largest number of employees in the 100K Club, the next largest group, correctional officers.
The Department of Corrections typically is the one agency that does see a significant amount of overtime.
So who's on top in the 100K Club? Well, we already told you Coach Barron tops the list. The next three, URI President Dr. David Dooley at $308,000. Then two staffers from the Department of Behavioral Health Care and Hospitals. Supervising registered nurse Abella Corpus pulled in $295,000, and Sylvia McCagba, also a supervising RN, made $282,000 last year. That's even more than State Supreme Court Chief Justice Paul Sattel. His $198,000 a year puts him 16th on the list of top-paid state employees.
Those individuals have seniority and are the first ones that get to pick and choose overtime. They can, certainly, their pay can get up to that high.
We discovered 14 state workers made $200,000 or more in 2010. No one in Providence made that much money. In fact, the highest paid employee for the city, Providence Police Colonel Dean Esserman, who made $194,000 in gross salary. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, Eyewitness News.